Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Chess 101. In this episode, we will learn three of the most important tactics in beginner chess: the fork, the pin, and the skewer. These tactics appear in almost every game, and knowing them will help you win material and spot mistakes from your opponent. By the end of the video, you'll learn how each tactic works and how to recognize them quickly. See, part one, what are tactics? Tactics are short combinations that create immediate threats. They often win pieces or force your opponents to make a bad move. Even strong players rely on tactics, and beginners should learn them early on because they decide many games. The fork. A fork is one piece attacks two targets at the same time. Knights are the most common pieces that create forks because they attack in an unusual pattern. That's why I said before, the knight is my favorite piece. A knight fork can attack a king and a queen at once, or a rook and a bishop, or even two pawns. When a fork happens, your opponent usually loses material because they cannot defend both targets. See, how to spot forks. Look for loose pieces that are not protected. Look for pieces standing next to each other. Ask yourself, can one move attack more than one piece? Alright, so can you find a knight move that attacks two enemy pieces at the same time? I'm going to give you 5 seconds to think. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you said, play the knight right over here, you'd be correct. Where the king, now he is checked, and he's forced to play this move. And then you go over and you take the rook. And now you're up by 5 pieces or so. And you're in a better position. So yeah, that is basically the fork for you. Alright, now the second tactic, the pin. A pin is basically when one piece cannot move because moving would expose a more valuable piece behind it. Pins are usually done by long-range pieces like bishops or queens. There are two main types. The absolute pin, where the piece is behind the king, so the front piece cannot legally move, or the relative pin, where the piece is behind a valuable, like a queen or rook, so moving the front piece will lose material, yet it's still allowed legally. But it is just not ideal. So, how to spot pins? Look for pieces in a line, look for a weak piece protecting a strong piece, look for diagonals or files that your bishop or rook can use. Now, which piece? Now, can you please find the pin here? I'll give you a hint, it's in the bishop. I'll give you 3 seconds. 1, if we need more time, just pause the video. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Now, if you said play the bishop to here, you would be correct. Because if you decide to move the knight, you can still legally move it. If you decide to move the knight, you just take the bishop, and you just have 6-point advantage, and you're doing much better than the opponent. Now, the third and final tactic, the skewer. The skewer is like a pin but reversed. In the skewer, the more valuable piece is in front of the less valuable piece behind. When the front piece moves, the piece behind becomes exposed and you can capture it. For example, a queen moves out of the way and exposes a rook behind. Or a king moves and exposes a piece behind it. Skewers work especially when a king is in front target because the king must move. How to spot skewers? See, look for valuable pieces on the same line. Check if a bishop, rook, or a queen can attack to that line. Look for situations where forcing a valuable piece to move exposes another piece. Now, look for the skewer right here. I'll give you 3 seconds to think, and if you need more time, just pause the video. 1, 2, and 3. Alright. If you said to move the bishop right over here, then you would be correct. Because virtually the best move here is to move the rook, alright? It's either through a check, where you are forced to move the king, of course, but you can just eat. Now, you are still losing, but you're in a better position, alright? So, now, how to practice tactics? The best way to improve tactics is through puzzles. Solve easy puzzles that includes forks, pins, and skewers that can be done through either chess.com, which is the website I'm using right now, or Light Chess, depending on your preference. Now, the more you practice, the faster your eyes recognize the patterns. Even 10 minutes a day helps you improve fast. Now, you now know the 3 most important beginner tactics: the fork, the pin, the skewer. These patterns will appear in almost every single game you play. In the next episode, we will learn simple endgame tactics that every proven player should understand. Thank you for watching, and please smash that subscribe button or like button if you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I see you in episode 4.